Come on now, in 2025, haven't we gone to the stage yet where we can admit that he's definitely having sex with the dog?
It's vengeance, most foul!
So everybody's favourite abusive couple is back. No, seriously, have you ever seen a Wallace and Gromit story where the point isn't that Wallace is being an absolute cuck? Like, terrible to Gromit at all times. So within the first 10 minutes of this film, Wallace has created a new best friend and a garden gnome, which he immediately makes destroy Gromit's garden, which is the only thing he cares about besides his owner petting him, which he also doesn't do. Wallace and Gromit Vengeance Most Fowl is back to classic Wallace and Gromit style adventures, by which I mean is an actual sequel to one of their better known specials, but nobody can actually be angry about that because they brought back Feathers McGraw. I love that chicken slash penguin, and he walks out of a zoo slash prison and steals the blue diamond. But make no mistake, Wallace is actually the true villain of this film. I'm convinced that they created these characters originally to subliminally implant in the minds of British women not to leave their husbands even though they're really shitty. So it's joyous family fun, and I think it's easy to forget that two of the main three characters in this film do not talk at all, not a single word of dialogue, and that is very impressive, particularly considering that they never make that feel like it's a limitation that's holding them back in any way, especially with storytelling. They do it so well with the weird eyes and models. Stop motion animation is not normally for me, but Aardman just makes it work. Also, the hauntingly lifeless eyes of the army of garden gnomes that turn evil. That's maybe the most effective case anyone has made in cinema yet against the use of AI, which was impressive, considering that also at the same time the Norbot singing song, the working song they do, is the best invention since Hi-Ho. I feel like this is a very difficult sort of thing to review because these Wallace and Gromit things, it feels wrong to call them films. They're just this unique, singular, very British thing that pops up occasionally over the years and never really changes. Although this one does feel kind of nostalgic for the older ones while kind of trying to update itself. It has to work against the fact that Wallace just isn't that likable a character, but it gets to work with the charm of Gromit, Norbot, and Feathers McGraw all at once, so that really pays off. And it does have a lot of charm as a film, but it struggles and drags a little at times, I'd say, which feels like blasphemy to say anything against this. Even though it's not that phenomenal, it just feels like blasphemy to speak against this thing. It feels like it worked like treason against the crown, you know, it doesn't matter. I feel like it does drag a little bit at times because even though it's an 80-minute film, the plot could reasonably be fit into about 30 minutes. It's the kind of classic fun that you can never really hate on. It's an enjoyable little thing to watch, like a Scooby-Doo film. It's never gonna be anybody's favorite film of all time, unless it's the 2002 live-action Scooby-Doo. I mean, come on, that's pretty. But it is just something really enjoyable and simple and happy. And I could take or leave probably ever rewatching it again, but it does have several moments of real comedy, like when Feathers turns around and he's holding the seal, petting it like a Bond villain. Oh man, there's some good stuff in here, but also a lot of it feels a little bit forced at times. Is that also blasphemy to say? Doesn't matter. I do like Aardman's style of stop motion. It makes me get over the fact that I'm not actually that big a fan of stop motion animation in general. I do think if we get another adventure like this, which we probably will because Feathers gets away at the end, feels like it's coming, that they're setting up for a third one with him in it. But anyway, if we do, I would really like to see Wallace learn a stricter lesson about the use of technology, overuse of technology. Man, has used technology to make his life so easy that he is so useless and pointless and lazy that he can't even pour himself a cup of tea. Vengeance Most Fowl is a great name. Aardman has done enough here to make me reasonably interested in the idea of seeing another one of these, and it's just enjoyable and silly and fun. And it is blasphemy to speak out against these films. So that's all they ever need to do. There is a not hugely high standard they have to meet these days to make this work, and this one definitely met it. Does the trick. So I'm giving specifically Feathers McGraw doing chin-ups in the zoo prison 3.5 stars. How did they do such a complete and utterly incredible job on all of the themes about AI and technology in the space of an 80-minute film with absolutely nobody being capable of being dumb enough to miss the point? It's nuts, right?